So now I'm going to be making smoked chicken enchiladas, and I'm utilizing 3 different Tillamook smoked cheeses. We've got the smoked medium cheddar, we've got the smoked vintage extra sharp white cheddar, and the smoked black peppercorn white cheddar. So I've got all 3 of these cheeses that are already shredded, and I've got here some smoked chicken breast. Now, if you can find smoked chicken breast at the store, use it. I use a little tabletop smoker in my house. If you're not comfortable smoking at home, you can use either smoked chicken or just get regular cooked chicken breast and shred it and pull it apart. There's so much smoky flavor in the cheeses that the chicken adds a little bit, but it's not going to hurt the dish if you can't find smoked chicken breast. The next ingredient is the tortilla. So I've got corn tortillas, which are the only kind of tortillas you make an enchilada with. And I've got blue and yellow corn. So you can use either, or if you want to get really tricky with it, you can use both. So I've got some canola oil here. This is sitting at about 350 degrees. I did it over a stovetop. Use a thermometer. You don't want it to be too hot because you don't want to fry your tortillas. But a lot of times corn tortillas are really brittle, and when you start to bend them, they tear and crack like that. So to prevent that, we're going to dip these in the hot oil, but only for a few seconds. So what you do is you put these in the hot oil, you wait about 3 seconds, then you pull them out, and that's it. And we're going to drain these on paper towels. So this is the blue corn tortilla. We're going to dip this in the hot oil, and it immediately starts to bubble. So you only need to set it in there for about 5 seconds. As soon as it starts to fry, pull it out, because you don't want these to get crispy. But what this does is it makes them very pliable and easy to work with. So I went ahead and fried up about 6. I did 3 of each, 3 blue and 3 yellow. Now for my filling. I've got the smoked chicken breast that's been shredded. We've got equal parts of the 3 smoked cheeses. So this is the vintage white smoked extra sharp cheddar cheese. This is the smoked medium cheddar. And this is the smoked black pepper white cheddar cheese. In addition to the 3 cheeses, we're going to add some fresh chopped cilantro. And this is sauteed onions. It's just a half a white onion that I sauteed in a little bit of canola oil. I'm going to mix this up. And a pinch of salt and pepper. Now we've got our filling. So all we have to do now is roll up these tortillas and make our enchiladas. So I've got a cast iron skillet. You can use a baking sheet. If you're using a baking sheet, rub a little bit of oil on the surface to keep it from non-stick. My pan is seasoned, so I don't need to rub any oil on the bottom. So take one of your tortillas, lay it flat, take a little bit of this mix here, and just put a little bit inside. You don't want to overstuff these, but you definitely want to have enough. So that's probably about 2 ounces worth of filling. And then you just roll it up like a cigar, and we're going to put it on one side of the pan. Now, I like to do this blue and yellow because I can alternate the colors. Now, you want to make sure to keep these tight against each other because they will have the tendency to want to open up while they're cooking. And I suggest making enough to where they'll fit snugly in a pan. So shape your pan based on the number of orders you want. So if you're only cooking for 2 people, try to find something really small. If you're serving a lot of people, do it in a full-size baking sheet. Next is the ranchero sauce. Now this is homemade. I've included a recipe for this. It's got roasted tomatoes, onions, some dried chili peppers, a little bit of honey, and it's just cooked down and blended together. So if you don't feel like making the sauce at home, just find a nice, good enchilada sauce, and that'll work great. So we're going to gently drape each tortilla with enough of this ranchero sauce. Now when this bakes, this will kind of bake in and make it really saucy and delicious. And you always want to save a little bit extra to serve on the side when you plate it up. Don't those look delicious? Now we're going to take some more cheese and add it to the top. So this will sort of bake on as we bake it, because we like it cheesy here at Tillamook. And I just love the smoky aromas that come out of this cheese. So much more than a regular cheese. All right, that's it. Now we're going to throw it in the oven. This is going to take about 10-12 minutes. You want the cheese to be brown and bubbly, and you want to make sure that it's really hot inside. Now the chicken's already cooked, so you don't have to worry about anything being undercooked, but you want your enchiladas to be steaming hot. 350 degree oven for about 10 minutes. Go. All right. So it's been 10.5 minutes, and it looks delicious. So golden brown on top, the cheese is bubbly, everything's hot and cooked. Now again, this is a dish that you could make everything ahead of time, set it up with all the sauce and cheese on top, and then wrap it up and put it in the fridge, bring to a party, say you're going to a potluck, and you can cook it at a later time. That's what the oil does for the tortillas. It keeps them from drying out. So when you're ready to eat it, you pop it in the oven, cook it, serve it, and this looks great. So we're going to plate up a little order. Be really careful. This is really hot, and that wonderful Tillamook cheese will burn you if it lands on your skin. So I like to do 2 per person. You get one blue, 1 yellow. Look at that. And then we're going to add a little bit more of this enchilada sauce to the plate. And then we can garnish with a little cilantro leaf, make it look fancy. I like to use a little Tillamook sour cream. And if you really want to go all out, let's add a little tomato salsa and some guacamole. Okay, to recap, this is the smoked chicken enchilada. We've got blue and yellow corn tortillas. We've got Tillamook vintage white smoked cheddar, smoked medium cheddar, and black peppercorn smoked white cheddar.